Well, welcome to Crochet RX and Creations. My name is Beth. I am the owner of Crochet RX and super excited to be starting this YouTube channel. I sit and crochet and watch all the other crochet artists, and as I crochet faster than everyone puts out videos. So I thought I would throw my hat in here in the ring as well, and hopefully you guys will crochet or craft along with me. So a little bit about me. I am a nurse. I'm a certified diabetes educator. So all day long I work with individuals who are managing, struggling, working on, some of them not, their blood sugars, and providing education for those who do wish to improve along that pathway. And I really love what I do. It provides a lot of satisfaction for those who want to improve their blood sugars. I'm also a board certified health coach, certified case manager. I'm one of those people who have a whole string of initials behind their name, and the initials are actually longer than my legal name at this point. But as a lifelong learner, it is certainly a lot of fun. And as for here, I pretty much live at my children's dance studio. So they are part of this business as well. My teenager crochets. My younger one couldn't quite figure out the crochet, but she does some knitting on our knitting machines, as well as does a lot of bead and other things there. So super excited to be running the business with my kids. I have been in the craft and vendor space for quite a long time. As I was reflecting on that the other day, I realized that when my younger daughter was about to be born, I had been hospitalized for some, issues, and they ran a whole bunch of lab work. They released me. I went back to a vendor show, and the OB called me going, "No, you're getting induced tonight." So I've been in the craft and vendor space longer than my children have been alive. As far as crochet goes, I have been crocheting for about 4 years, 3 years, as my primary for these different craft shows. Have certainly done a number of other things, and I still do some vinyl and that kind of stuff. I dabble in epoxy. I just really enjoy being creative in my downtime, and certainly keeps me moving when I sit a lot for some of these other work and so forth. So super excited for that. Most recently, I've been working on Knotted Loveys. The Mama Made Minis Knotted Lovey book was on my Christmas list, and my kids got that for me. And it's just written a little bit different than the terminology I typically see. And so that first pattern about drove me mad. As I worked to figure out what they were saying, and I had to do a whole lot more math than I should be doing at like 10 o'clock at night. So there was lots of frogging happening on that first pattern. I made a bunny. If you've seen my shorts or my Instagram reels, you've seen that bunny. And so also in that book is the frog. So he doesn't have any eyes at this point as I'm making him. But considering all the frogging I did on the first one, I thought the next one should be the frog. So working on that guy here. And then as I look towards my spring and my shows and events in the spring, there have been some trends coming up, and I have posted in some of the social media groups that I participate in about these different things that I'm seeing on vendor applications. So I grew up in the Midwest. I'm originally from Illinois. My husband accepted a job on the East Coast in February of 2020. We all know what happened in March of 2020. And that was literally the week we had flights out here to look at houses. So needless to say, the move, all that crazy stuff. And that is truly what started me on the crochet path. I had been training for a marathon at the time and been doing a whole lot of fitness stuff. Well, at some point that really got unhealthy because I had nothing else to do with my time outside of work and exercise. So as I started doing other things and different educational opportunities, I would listen to my lectures, and then I picked up crochet in the evenings. And so that kept me busy, my mind occupied, as I was going through all of the changes, the isolation of COVID, the isolation of moving 1,000 miles to where I have no village and no support. So I digress. Looking at my spring, I've been noticing these trends where event managers are, I don't know how to say this nicely, are boxing people in to certain things. I have been turned down for shows because I don't have a large enough social media following. Okay, it doesn't ask how many shows I've done. It doesn't ask my craft show experience. It doesn't ask how my volume of sales were for the prior 6 months, the prior year. It is only asking how many followers I have on social media. Well, I've posted this in some of the social media groups, and really they feel the same way I do. A lot of social media is not local to you. So all of my followers in Illinois are not showing up to a North Carolina craft show. They're just not. So what is the point of this? I can market all I want on my social media, but the local followers may or may not be local. People can have hundreds of thousands of followers, but unless they are within your 30-mile radius or whatever it is, it's not going to happen. Sorry, I had to kill my video real quick. There were parents and children dropping people off, and I certainly don't want anybody in my videos that doesn't want to be in the videos. But as talking about the crochet applications and how they are charging or, eliminating applicants due to their social media following, nobody else seems to be seeing this. And so I'm glad that it's not something that everybody is encountering, but I really feel that while I love the social media and I love the interaction, that's taking it a bit too far. Another application has actually added a $25 fee onto the event for those individuals who do not have a large enough or a social media following. It doesn't state who does or who doesn't, but they are claiming that extra $25 goes towards marketing because those individuals won't, be effective in their marketing. And I just think that this warrants a bigger discussion because there are a lot of crafters who are not interested in social media. It takes a lot of work. It takes time to film. It takes time to make posts. It takes time to follow up on all of that. And social media and technology can be wonderful. And it can also be time consuming. It can be an absolute rabbit hole to go down. And for some people, it is truly a mental health fault. Not everybody can manage their time appropriately. Not everybody can put what's true and what's not into the right categories. Look at how many people are sending all of the artists AI images going, hey, can you make this? And it's just not possible because it's an artificially derived image. Just because it looks like crochet doesn't mean I can make it. I could do something close, I could do something inspired by, but to do it exactly, no, I can't do that. So I really just feel like this needs a larger discussion. And for those who might be event managers, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you require somebody to pay more if they don't have a social media account? At what following do you determine them to be not adequate enough? Is it if they only have Facebook? Is it if they only have Instagram? If you combine all their followers, where's that cap? Where's that limit? What makes them adequate? And for those who are doing craft shows, is this something that you would walk away from? I had a lot of comments where people are like, I would just write that event coordinator off and I wouldn't do any events with them. So I would just really like to continue this discussion and see what everybody has to say, because this is something I'm running into more and more. And I would love to have an awesome social media following. That's just not my reality right now. And I don't feel that I should be turned away from something because I don't have 10,000 followers on Instagram. So hit up the comments. Let me know what you have to say about this. And I'm losing light here as I sit in my car at the dance studio. So I'm going to cap this here. But I look forward to continuing this conversation, getting to know everybody a little bit more, and having some fun here while we sit and chat. Take care.